by law. But if you see an employer who takes advantage of the 6 months, red flags. Red flags, by the way. Sijui miezi sita, for what? If you're going to perform, why do I need to give you 6 months? And then also, yes, PRP, performance improvement. Yes, I saw someone say it. And KPIs. Are the interviews or after work? But then let's discuss this. Very important. Umepewa kazi, umesign contract. The next question that needs to come from you to the employer or the HR, what are my KPIs? KPI ni nini? KPI ni nini? Hizi ni zile measures wanachukua kukupimia performance yako. Like for you for you to perform properly according to the expectation, they need to give you a KPI. Aya, tuseme ni kama nini? Unaenda kufanya kazi kama ya receptionist, ndio? Wanafaa kuambie KPI yako ni gani? KPIs zako ni gani? So that you know, these are the questions you ask, so that you can try streamline. Ensure that you understand that if I cross this line, then I'm missing it on my KPIs, if you get what I mean. Here is 6 months, but the payment is within your monthly. So do you sign a contract too? I don't understand, Charlotte. What do you mean? Here 6 months, but the payment is within your monthly salary. Okay, I thought maybe you're giving I don't know, I'm not sure. My employer aliniambia nipe hadi transport, we nilingoja. because we ignore such issues as employer saying utapata lunch, alafu unaambiwa hizo hazikwagi kwa contract, alafu unasema sawa, haiko kwa contract, ni sawa. Hii inakuaga kwa mdomo. Kwanza watu wa sales, tutakupatia airtime, tutakupatia allowance. Alafu by the way, something that's so very annoying, by the way, employer amekupatia job, si ndio? You're a salesperson, amekutuma a different county na hakupati pesa. You're supposed to leave on a Sunday. I've seen this happen, but then that was really annoying. You're supposed to leave on a Sunday and you've not been given your allowances, and then someone has the audacity to call you and complain that you did not go, you did not leave Nairobi as specified, and they did not give you fare, and then they tell you, use your money, we shall refund. Ogopa, run. Have you guys been through that? Because I've seen it as a HR in a company. They'll tell you go for work, ukiwa huko utatumiwa pesa, and then umechapa job kutoka mpaka sijui Sunday, and you're expected to sleep in hotels. Can you imagine? Or others who will send you outside Nairobi, but tell you, because the company allowances is maybe probably 3,000, because you don't need much, what we can do, we can give you 500, compare, or rather Kisumu we give you 5, sijui wapi tunakupatia you. Some of these policies are really bad. Those are the employers that unambuagwa run. Be very careful, and that's what I'm saying. While you're taking your interviews, please interview your employer. Interview them, and when you see such signs, run. Take the job, stick around, work as you try find something else. But before you leave one employer to the other, be very careful. Do your research. Usikimbie, usiambiwe sijui huko kuna medical, huko kuna nini. Yeah, you may get all these benefits, but it's toxic. You cannot work in a toxic place. Tutumia zako tutarefund. I've also heard of those ones. Tutumia zako tutarefund. Why? Yeah. Hii ilikuwa chemsha bongo. Tusonge kwa kazi. My friend has been through that. Yeah, we have been through that, imagine. We go through this. These are the things that we watch out for, and you run. At in a certain interview, walitisha 5K at uniform fee. And it's a government entity. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? And Jesus Christ. Hao ni scammers. Have you seen interviews or places where people are told to give money before you get to ilikuwa agency ama ni employer anaitisha pesa? Because that's quite interesting. Inbox sawa, I'll look at it. Tumia zako tutarefund. Tulikosana hadi akaniambia nisome 48 laws of profit. Ah, my goodness. Are there no chemistry or quality control jobs in Kenya? Ziko. Pinches ziko. Quality QC zipo. Yeah. Where does one apply? I don't know. Oh, in the captains. Captains to party information. That job was hell. Yeah, we've all been through that. But by law, no employer should fire you for you not taking a bus to Kisumu or wherever, and they didn't give you allowances. They have no grounds. But you see, employees don't know these things. You're too scared. You're too scared. And do you know you'd sue them for that? Do you know you can sue an employer for sending you, okay, guy, Jesus Christ. Do you know you can sue an employer for sending you outside Nairobi and putting you through that hell? They tell you they're going to send money on Friday, then they send it a week after. Do you know you can sue them? Alafu unarudi pale job unaanza kupigiwa kelele, and then you become so meek, unajikunja kona moja. Ati unapigiwa kelele ulikosa. Hukukosa. Employer alikosa. By law, he has to facilitate an employee before they leave. Let's be too smart. Let's be smart. The minute you tell them openly, and then also learn to keep track of such information. And then if it doesn't happen, use emails and share them and keep records. Let me tell you, employers watakuja kukufire baadaye, but if you keep your records correctly, you can easily sue them and get money. I want to tell you a story. Moja tu. I saw ni moja tu. One employer that I worked for, some time back, I think about 4 or 5 years back, any lady who got pregnant would be sacked. How? You're frustrated, and that's one thing that HRs use. I'm sorry. They'll frustrate you until you walk away. Sawa. So what did I do? I sat with him and told him, do you know by law you cannot fire a lady who's pregnant out of performance? But then did you guys know that? You cannot fire a lady who's pregnant because of performance. Because by law, we don't expect pregnant ladies to be performing as they used to, right? So he said, no, we can't do that. These ladies are getting too pregnant all the time. I have to pay maternity and stuff. I said, yeah, by law you have to do that. So the gentleman was like, no, apana. So he fired a lady in my presence. I said, I'm not going to send the letter. You sign it. So I told the lady, there's a way out. Simple. Kuna kitu wanaitwa nani? What are these people called huku chini? What are they called? Where you take your complaints as employees. Acha tuone kama mnajua. Inaitwa what office? I've gotten the name lakini sitaki kusema. Acha nione kama mnajua. Where do you take your complaints when you're fired unfairly? Where do you take your complaints? Nani anajua? Unfair? That's one. Where? Another one, where do you take your complaints? Unfair termination? Unfair. Ombudsman, yes, that's one. Tuendele. Tuende, where, tusonge. More comments, employment and labor court, All right, so which office do you start? Which office do you go to? Which is the, yes, I can see you guys have some. Which office do you go to first? Which is that office that you go to? Lydia has repeated it. You go to the labor office, okay? If you're unionized, you go to the union, all right? And at the same time, it's okay to go to the labor office. Labor office will always protect you. I told the lady, go to the labor office. A letter came in. I didn't sign it. I just took it to him. And he said, no, these people are just nini. They'll stop over time, nini. The next day, the labor officer was in the office, sat down with him and gave him and told him, I told you, this is wrong. You can't do this. Do you know how much you paid that lady? That employer until today, any lady who's pregnant is given a special seat and a job that's not as tiring. Yes, he learned his lesson. So pia nyinyi HR zitabidi mjifunze how to fight for these people. Yeah, there's a right way of approaching these bosses. So yes, going back to that, if you know of a union, go to the union. If you don't know of a union, if you don't have a union in the company, go to the labor office. Go explain to them. Sawa. And please do not wait for days. If anything happens in the office and you know you're not comfortable with it, pesa yako hailipwi, ama unfair termination, anything that happens in the office, the next step, Nairobi wako wapi? Where is Nairobi? Nairobi wako pale Nyayo ukiteremka chini. Hiyo place inaitwaje hiyo barabara? Inaitwa nini hapo barabara hapo chini? Hapo Nyayo. That's where we have our labor office. Fika pale. Na ukifika pale kwa labor office, by the way, let me tell you, usitoke hapo bila barua. Go tell them this and this happened. Go with your evidence. Tell them, I'm not leaving this office, not unless you give me a letter to take back to the employer. Ukipatiwa barua upeleke kwa employer. What happens? Pelekea employer. Mpelekee vizuri kopi yake. Rudi ukae chini. Ukiona that something is not being resolved within the week, go back to the labor office. Push them until you get justice. Those are the same people that will follow that employer. Huyu employer akikataa kukulipa, and most likely atalipa. Akipushiwa na labor, yes. Akikuwa push na labor office atalipa, atakulipa. Sawa, atakulipa. What happens is, if ilikuwa unfair termination, ataambiwa mlipe this and this and this. Akikataa hiyo kesi ikienda kotini, kuna damages. And those damages will pay you some good money. But they don't argue, don't fight. Don't. Tell the labor office, fine, the guy has refused. Niandikieni to report, na mnipatie lawyer. They will do that, and they take the guy to court. All you have to do is appear. And then there are these hungry lawyers. There are these hungry lawyers. What they do, they wait for such cases, because they know they're going to make a kill out of that. One day we should discuss them here. They wait for such cases. The minute they get such a case, they're going to make a kill. They'll take that employer. They'll stick and stand by you day by day to court, because they know when you're being paid damages, they're also going to be paid what? Their fees. And it's good money. And some cases are just so easy and so simple. So simple. And they make their money. So please, let's not walk around saying, sijui nilifanyiwa. By who? Go to the labor office and report your case. If the labor office does not take that case, okay, where do you go to next? Yes, and don't wait past 90 days. If the labor office is not helping you, where do you go to next? Who knows where to go to if the labor office is not helping? Where do you go to? Kituo cha sheria. Where do you go to? Where do you go to if the labor office is not helping? Kuna moja ombudsman. Ingine, where do you go to if the labor office is not picking up your case and you're not being assisted? And by the way, do you know, hata wenye wamenyamaza, najua wenye wamenyamaza ni wenye wamefika form 4 wengine. Umepewa kazi na mtu unafanya kazi kwa duka yake. Si ndio unamuzia M-Pesa ama nini? Imefika point you're not being paid. Si ndio? Or you've been sacked unfairly. Do you know where to go to? Kwa wenye wanafanyia biashara ndogo. When you have such a case, where do you go to? Unafanya kazi kwa salon, umekuwa unfairly terminated, ama hujalipwa pesa zako na umefukuzwa kazi. Where do you go to? Even if you did not sign a contract, labor laws zinakusimamia. You don't have to sign a contract to be covered by the labor office. The reason why we have the rights of Kenyans under labor laws, okay? That's the reason. They will cater for you. They will cater for you, irregardless. Hata pia house help. Where do you go to wakati pesa yako imekataa kulipwa? Usikimbie. Let's stop this habit of running around saying walikataa kunilipa. Mbona unakataa kulipwa? Ni haki yako. Kuna right, kuna justice. Where do you go to? Exactly. Just Lydia amewajibu hapa sana. Kituo cha sheria. They have advocates who do work as pro bono. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that? That by law, you can be provided a lawyer to do work for you for free. Did you guys know that? Ulijua unaweza pata lawyer bila kutumia pesa? Hebu nipatie nijibu nione kama mlijua. Ati si lazima utoe pesa ulipe lawyer ndiye akusaidie. The government provides that for you. You did not know that. They do that. Imagine they do that. You got terminated without a reason. No employer should terminate you without giving you a proper reason. Number 2, before you are terminated, right, there is a procedure. There is a procedure. No employer should wake up one day and tell you, here is your letter, you're leaving, you're done. Nobody should do that. By law, that is unfair termination and you would be paid a lot of money. Mi nakwambia hapo ndio ungekuwa umeomoka. Hapo ndio unaomoka. No employer should tell you wake up and leave. Hakuna. By law, there is a procedure. There are meetings that you should sit down with your employer and discuss. They accuse you, unajitetea. Wanakuaccuse, wanakuambia 1 2 siku fulani ulifanya, siku fulani ulifanya. Unakaa chini unasema hapana, mimi sikufanya hivyo, ni makosa, mimi sikufanya hivyo. Uko na right ya kujitetea kabla ufutwe kwa employment. Imagine uko na right ya kujitetea and you didn't know. Mololine wanakuprovide na lawyer for free. Okay. Yes. Number 2, yes. There needs to be warnings. 3 warnings. Ukipata warning ya 3 pia, hawezi kuterminate. They have to take you through a meeting as well before they terminate you. Otherwise, it's going to be ruled as unfair termination. For those years that I've attended courts on unfair terminations, I don't remember if I've heard of any employer who won any case. Employees win cases. And these are cases zenye ni kidogo kidogo sana. Hii ni Kenya. This is Kenya, surely. We are in Kenya. Yes. So if you didn't know this, you need to know. If you work for these small dukas and nini, the first place you go to when you're denied your money, it's the chief's office. Okay? Chief office is not helping you within 2-3 days. There's a labor office. Did you guys know that? That hata kwa unafanya kazi kwa M-Pesa, you can report unfair or maybe probably lack of payment to the labor office. Labor office covers hata mjama mwenye analima kwa shamba. You're covered by the labor office. Did you guys know that? Ama mnasemaga yeye ndio wanafanya kazi kwa kampuni. Labor office covers the house helps. Did you guys know that labor office ina cover nini house helps? It does. Information is power. See, that's what we say. Information is power. Now you have the power. Do not be unfairly terminated. Na unaenda nyumbani unaanza kulia. Take them on. Take them on. Let them pay you. And by the way, there's nothing as sweet as winning a case because you are well compensated. Hiyo shamba ulikuwa unafikiria kununua, mimi nakwambia utainunua. Na hiyo pesa, they give you good money if you don't know. Sawa? FKE inasimamia the nini? FKE inasimamia employers. FKE ni kama labor, ni kama si labor. It's a what? It's a federation that covers the employers. It's like a union, the employers, FKE. Employees ni labor office, ndio hapo unaweza pata usaidizi wowote. Whichever job umefanya, labor office ndio pale. Na Nairobi wako pale hivyo ukienda South B. Hapo tu Nyayo kidogo. Na kuna ingine Tao, I think Nyayo House, if I'm not wrong. There's no clause that they will ever add to justify their acts. The law is clear. The law is clear. Employer akikosa kukulipa payment yako, atakulipa na kulipe damages. Unakujaga unasema mtoto wako kusoma. Nilifukuzwa juu ya rent. Sijui nilifanya. Atalipia hizo damages zote. Because by the time you're engaging somebody, you already know where the money is going to come from. Si ndio? Umemfanyia kazi. Yes, alilipa rent yake. Si alipia watoto wake school fees. Wako alikuwa anasaidiwa na nani? Do you understand? So let's not let people take advantage of us and then we just keep quiet and smile and walk away, because what happens is we are teaching these employers that we can do whatever we feel like and we are untouchable. No one is untouchable in this country. No one is untouchable in this country. Sawa. Yes. And then yes, you can't go after 90 days. 90 days ikipita umechelewa. Hiyo kesi kuihandle ni ngumu. After 90 days, what you can do, you can sue them through a lawyer. The labor office will not take your case kama 3 months imepita since your termination. But you know what? You can involve a lawyer. Personally, I think to engage one would be about 15,000. You can engage a lawyer, and then you start a case, and you can easily win. Let me tell you, why do you have lawyers in this country? Why do you have lawyers? It is their job to help you win cases, and then what do they make? They make a good cut out of it. Approach a good lawyer. When a good lawyer sees an opportunity in your case, trust me, hakuna lawyer ta turn down. Lawyer ataikata hiyo kesi, ataifuata na ataipursue, and they will make money, and you'll also make money. Sawa, patieni lawyers kazi, wapatieni kazi. God bless you too. Yes, that's what Lydia is saying. When you're sacked, make sure you seek help before 90 days at the labor office. Oh my God, why? What if you're not paid for more than 7 months? Atakulipa by force, by fire, by force. Atakulipa. No employer should tell you ati siwezi kulipa juu kampuni ifanyi kazi vizuri. Hiyo kazi ulikuwa unafanya hapo for those months zenye yako na kulipa 7 months. Pesa alipeleka wapi? Na mbona unangoja 7 months kabla ulipwe? Okay, wacha nitulize hiyo swali kwa sababu sengine things get tough, But pesa yako ifai kupotelea. Involve the labor office and you get your money back. Sawa. Kama hajakulipa for 7 months, unaweza fuata sasa through the labor office. Sawa. You can follow through the labor office na utapata pesa yako. Na Lydia anawaambia mkumbuke kubeba copy ya contract. Ukisign, ensure you have a copy. Being fired without a termination letter. Unakimbia kwa labor office mbio sana. Even, by the way, let me tell you. This is the question maybe you may be having, If you're hired without a contract, it's okay. Sawa. If your employer did not give you a contract, do you know what your contract is? Labor laws. Labor laws, I wish ningekuwa nayo hapa hivi. It's a small book that harbors all the laws of employment of Kenya. Okay? It's a small book. I wish ningekuwa nayo hapa ningewashikia hivi. Small book ya labor laws, that covers you. If your employer did not give you a contract, then your contract ni yenye iko kwa labor laws, okay? Which means you are covered. You're already covered. So siambue sijui sina nini ama nini ama nini, hapana. Labor law inakucover. Sawa, fuata. That's why nasema watu wa sijui M-Pesa sijui nini. Labor law inakucover. Si lazima kama una ni poa kuwa na contract. But kama hukupoa contract, utashikia mtu gani kupatia contract, si ndio? Yes. That's my bro. Huh? Nini bana?
Ndio reason kwa nasema. Kitchen fungo.
Alikuwa ndani ya fridge.
Alikuwa kwa makaa.
Sawa. Sawa. Nitakuja kuiaddress. Thank you. Sorry about that. And I was terminated unfair, but still on the payroll. God is great. Oh my God, Nick. Really? Unakula pesa? I will not comment on that. Yeah. We are in Kenya. We are in Kenya. Hapana, you don't need a contract. Still lazima ukuwe na contract ndio ende kwa labor office. That's when nimesema those people that are not given a contract, they are covered by the labor laws. Okay? They are covered, and actually ile contract yenye inaandikwa na HR inatokaga kwa hiyo labor laws. The contract they write inakuwaga kwa labor laws. Did you know that there are specific hours that you should work as an employee? And did you know that overtime unafaa kulipa overtime, by the way? Did you know that unafaa kulipa overtime by law? Kwa sababu sheria inasema the number of hours that you can work in a day. Not in a day, in a week. Which means the extra hours should go where? Overtime. Did you know that if you seeked for help to get paid for those hours, you would be paid? But you're told hapana, hapa tulipagi overtime, ama wewe juu uko pande admin, haulipi overtime, sijui nini. You're told those kind of crap reasons and we listen and you go like sawa. Google labor laws. Just download it. Anyone can download it. And it's very short. You can read and understand. Okay? Read it. By law, Sharia covers you. Any contract that a HR sits down to write, they derive, or rather they pick info from the labor laws. Okay? They pick it from, it's a small book, very small book that covers the whole country. Can you imagine? Every HR picks information from it and writes that contract letter. So if you don't have a contract, the labor laws covers you. And the labor laws simply states you cannot be terminated unfairly. Termination lazima ukalishwe chini, uulizwe maswali, muongee, mkubaliane na msaini mseme kweli umekubali kuachishwa kazi. Do you understand? They have to give their decision. And you have to be in the same room with them. If anyone who sacks you before they sit down with you, you have the right to sue them. And you're going to make a kill out of it. And the employers know these things. But you know what they eat from? They eat from your lack of knowledge. They eat from your lack of knowledge. That's what they enjoy from, which is wrong. It's not right. It's not right. Wacha kuumiza mtu. Just be honest with people. Pay them what is their due. Na uachilie. Yes, Lesia. Ukifanya makosa kidogo unapigwa. Hufai kupigwa na mtu yote, unafaa kumsuu. Atakulipa vizuri kwa kukupiga. You have to get a copy. Go back and request for that copy. You have to get a contract copy. Lazima. Because, and then also, by the way, something else I've seen with employees, unaenda kwa HR, unakalia kiti haraka haraka na mboi ndio contract yako. You know, you're very excited at that time. This is your contract. You take your time to read. You're like, apana, you sign. What are you signing? What are you signing? What are you signing? Don't sign. Don't just sign. Be careful what you sign. What you put on a signature. It's important to read and understand and ask the HR questions. And do not be afraid. Okay? Information is power. Most of you are home, sacked, imagine fired by somebody. You'd have made a kill. But ungeka kwa hiyo nyumba vizuri sana ukienjoy kikula vizuri out of the money you made. Out of the money you made from what? From being unfairly terminated. You'd be eating vizuri sana ukitafuta kazi. Hata una haraka kutafuta kazi because either way, I am covered for the next 3 months. Actioneers wamekaa wakafunga and the boss is not talking. He has to talk. He has to pay you. Yeye kuwa auctioned si makosa yako, si ndio? Does he owe you? He's gonna have to pay you. Yeah. No, there's no time that a boss should walk away with anyone's money. Your money ni jasho yako. Pesa yako ni jasho yako. Sawa. And by the way, did you guys know that 3 months, after 3 months, you become a permanent automatically? Did you know that? Did you guys know that ukishafanyia mtu kazi more than 3 months, ushakuwa permanent? Not unless anakupatia barua nyingine kukuambia na kuextendia probation ya 3 months. Do you know after that, you become a permanent employee automatic? And do you understand what is to be a permanent? What are the privileges that come with being permanent? Do you know that even when you're working in a kibanda or working in someone's house, do you know that you become permanent after 3 months? Hata kwa M-Pesa shop. Ufai kulipa tu mshahara uende nyumbani. Did you guys know that? No. Labor courts are not corrupt. They are not. They'll fight for you. Yeah, we are messed up because of lack of knowledge. We are. That's why. Yeah, they take advantage of that. That's what, yeah. But let me tell you one thing. Aki HRs, don't hate me. HRs, don't hate me. Msinichukie, because I know I have several HRs here. As HRs, enjoy when you don't understand much. What do I mean? Sometimes, we are pushed by the bosses to fire. You guys have been through that, isn't it? You're pushed by the bosses to fire. But you have to be very careful. You first of all study someone to understand how much they understand, how much knowledge they have of labor laws before you fire. Do you know how tough it is to hire someone who is outspoken, and someone who's learned and someone who understands some things. Do you think it's easy to fire them? No. But the meek ones, what happens to the meek ones? Ule mwenye unaambia sign hapa haraka haraka, wewe tumekuachisha kazi kutoka leo, but they never sign. Usiwe sign hiyo barua namba, sijui sign hapo umeachishwa kazi. Never sign. The minute you sign, you have given consent to be fired. Never sign. Number 2, never accept terminal dues. Pesa yenye wanakulipa usiwahi kubali until you're sure you have been paid everything. Some of them are very smart. They'll give you a letter and tell you, these are your money, sign. Why are you signing? Take it, go home, study it. Ensure, make inquiries, ask around. Come to me and ask me, nitakwambia if you